No, I'm going.
Yeah, this is starting to grow.
Oh, yes. Please. All right. Are you guys comfortable? Do we need to get another fan up here? Yeah? I can go, can we go grab it? Okay. We have another.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Okay, don't bring any extra children with you.
That's my toy. Okay, we're not gonna touch that.
Savannah's gonna grab it. Better? Yeah. Savannah, I need you to grab your coloring, please. Good. I just blow it. Let's go, Savannah.
Packet?
All right, guys. Let's get rocking. Hello. My name is Monique. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be weird if I like suddenly had a hard time talking to you? So we are doing a quick cut. This is super exciting. If you're not excited, I'm excited for you. Woo! That's right. Here's why. We have put in a lot of work to figure out the best way to drop body fat off the wheel. Okay? Everyone at all levels of their fitness had amazing results from doing this thing. So this is like the answer. It is the best thing we've come up with after years and years and years of trying stuff with lots and lots and lots of different people. So we get to give it to you and take you guys through it. Are you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
Good. So today is it's an introduction, not so much to the protocol, but actually just getting your body ready for the protocol. Okay. Normally when we've run the quick cut in the past, it's been for a short amount of time, but we do 1 week of prep to prepare your body to get into it. So starting right now, you are in prep, and we will teach you what prep is and what we need to do to prep you. Okay, and then next week, the rules start. All the rules, the hard and fast rules. Cool? Cool.
So, the goals that we have for the quick cut and what you guys are going through, right, is number 1, to lose fat. Right, we're all up here for that. And then to actually maintain or build muscle as we're doing it. Right? When we lose fat, we don't want to also shed all that muscle. Right? So this protocol is meant to do just that. Get rid of the fat, build muscle. The other thing is, it's the way it's set up is it's a personalized to have you build personalized strategies for maintaining this over long periods of time. Right? As you go through the quick cut, you'll run into different things that you have to problem solve, right? And so part of the whole experience in building that is for you to figure out strategies to eat healthy and stay healthy while you're making these changes and making that for a long period of time. So a lot of that is going to be going on. And then the other part of this is for you to understand what it means to the majority of the time eat on plate, right? Eat healthy. So there's something called the 80-20 rule. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but the concept is 80% of the time you eat really healthy, right? You plan to eat healthy, and then 20% of the time is life presents you with something and you eat off plan, right? Something that's not healthy. We're really bad at estimating what that 80-20 looks like, right? We think it's 80-20 and maybe it really looks like 60-40 or 50-50. So when we're doing this, we are going for 100 and 0, right? But we often fall into that 80-20, so we see what does it actually take, what's that effort to actually hit that 80-20 balance. Those are our goals with the quick cut itself.
Questions? No? Good. You guys, if you have questions, that's why we do this in person, and we don't just send you, because we've done this talk many, many times. And we've recorded it, and we could just send it to you and have you watch it, but we do this in person so that we can hash out any questions or confusions or anything. So don't feel like, the only reason we're recording it is for the people who are doing this with you who can't be here today. Okay, so if there's anything that you're like, oh, that doesn't make sense, or how's that going to work, just tell us. That's why we're doing it in person. Okay? Okay, that guy. So, the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to actually go and hand this out to you. Yeah, you do that. So we have some things to do to get your body ready for the quick cut. The first thing we need to do is we need to start reducing the sugar intake. Okay? When you cold turkey cut a bunch of carbohydrates out of your diet, just that macronutrient. We all have read our nutrition booklets, right? None of you guys are new to this subject, correct? Right? You all know what a carbohydrate is, and you know it comes from fruits, vegetables, grains, processed food. That's where we get our carbohydrates. Okay, so when you dramatically cut down on carbohydrates, there are some interesting things that happen in your body. It can actually make you feel really, really sick. Okay, so we need to gradually pull back on whatever amount of carbohydrates you're taking in right now, because when you go into the quick cut, depending on how rich your diets are in processed foods and sugars, you're probably going to reduce some of that carbohydrate intake. So what we do is we have you doing in this week a little bit of an assessment about like, how much sugar am I eating? Like, when we look at sugar, it's like the barbecue sauce that you dip your fries in, the coffee that you add a little bit of something to, right? The energy drink that comes with sugar, the protein shake that comes with sugar. Those are all sugar, right? And then of course there's the chocolate at night because, you know, you're on your period. And then there's the, you know, ice cream because, you know, we're driving by that one place that everyone's talking about. We got to try it, you know. So the first part is how many times a day or a week are you consuming added sugars? Then we just need to start pulling back on that this week. So if it's 5 times a day, well, then we probably should go to like 3 or 2 for this week. If it's 1 or 2 a day, just once a day, or maybe even once every other day, and we start pulling back on those added sugars. We're not looking at things like fruit. We're looking at added sugars, things that are added to your food to make it sweet. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that's step 1. Why did they put that there? Elite Fitness in 100 words. Oh, because it's on there.
It says no sugar.
Yeah, okay. So, you guys know this poster, we talk about it in Fitness 101. It's on my shirt. So, this is like this is actually called, when it was originally written, Elite Fitness in 100 words. This is like, you want to be elite, you do that. You're going to become elite, okay? So we shoot for that. That's our ideal. That's what we're going to work towards. But the very first thing in establishing elite fitness is actually food, okay? Usually if I said, hey, just tell me about how to accomplish elite fitness, and if you talk to anybody, they're going to start with exercise. They're going to start with movement, right? But actually, the founder of CrossFit, who's developed this super effective method at creating the most fit human beings on earth, starts with food. And so it says eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. Okay, so that's why sugar has to come down. And when we say no sugar, we're really talking about no added sugars, because there's going to be sugar in your foods naturally. Bananas, apples, pears, etc. Cool? Okay. Addiction. Wow. Anyone want to admit that they're addicted to sugar? Hi, my name is Monique. I love sugar. Yes. Okay. So, like, if we look at this like an addiction, something that you take in to help you cope with feeling sad, feeling happy, feeling nothing, right? You take in sugar for whatever reasons. You have your triggers, just like addicts of anything else has triggers, okay? If we look at it from that perspective, we will have a better handle on what we're dealing with here, okay? And so with sugar, we might need to wean you off, and that's kind of the purpose of this week, is to start weaning you off of it instead of going cold turkey. Believe it or not, like I said earlier, if you go cold turkey and you drop your carbohydrate intake really fast, it could make you feel really terrible. Okay, and we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible. Cool? Yeah? Are you addicted to sugar too?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I can compete with you if you want about sugar.
Oh, dude, I'm right there with you. Like, I love sugar. I love it. And I've overcome my sugar addiction by putting certain things in place that help me. Like, one of the things is I don't have sugar in my house. If it's in my house, I'm going to eat it. I am. Halloween, the week of Halloween, worst week of my life. Because there's candy in my house, usually for like 3 or 4 days before it gets sold. And I eat it. I'm being real with you, okay? Like, really, it's hard. So I totally get it. I will tell you this, once you get the hang of it, and you get some things cleaned up in your environment, it does get easier to come off the sugar. It does, but it's a gradual thing. And I relapsed many times into my sugar addiction. Okay, every October.
What about replacement?
November, December, yeah. What was that?
Yeah, replacement of sugar.
You replaced it?
No, like, for example, that's like most of my food, when you like sugar, but there's like protein bars or something like that,
Yeah.
which is like sugar alcohol instead
Yeah.
of this, right? Better alternative.
Yeah, so usually just personally, when I relapse into my sugar addiction, it starts with things like that. It starts with something that's justified. And then I go, ooh, I want something sweet. Ooh, I want something sweet. Ooh, I want something sweet. And then it starts turning into other choices besides protein bars and protein shakes. That's just what I've observed from my own patterns. But it's not just up here, you guys. Like, biologically speaking, sweet food, when you're out hunting and gathering, is something you should eat a lot of. But when you're hunting and gathering, we're talking berries, we're talking apples on a tree, okay? We are biologically created to want sweet things and want them in abundance, because if you're out there surviving in the wild, you need to consume those things when you find them. You have these things that happen in your body when it touches your tongue, the body goes, yes, eat that, and keep eating that, right? Because energy is life when you're out there. We're talking about just staying alive. You've got to consume calories to stay alive. So the fact that our bodies have these triggers that go, yeah, eat that, that's intended for you. That's a biological, that's an intentional biological mechanism to keep you alive. So you're not just fighting up here, you're also fighting that. The difference is now humanity has created these sweet foods that have nothing to do with keeping you alive and have everything to do with just keeping you eating them. That they're designed to keep you eating them, and that's it, right? And so now we have to fight that biological signal that says eat more and the truth about what we're eating. Make sense? Okay.
The other thing, like, we have all those biological things. You also get physical manifestations when your body is addicted to sugar, right? Like, has anybody just gone from all the sugars to 0 sugar? Right? It gets really uncomfortable, right? Like, we get headaches, we're extra tired, like, we sleep terrible, maybe we're extra sweaty, like that temperature goes crazy. It's literally your body responding to, okay, I'm used to all this sugar and now I'm taking it, right? So it's got that mental component, it's got the physical component, it's got that extra drive for you. It's a real thing. Right, caffeine's another huge one, right? There's caffeine headaches. Yeah. Well, we're not asking you that. Yeah.
All right. One thing you're going to see as we start to reduce your sugar intake is your in-body scans are going to change. Not in terms of the tissue in your body, but in terms of the water. So carbohydrates and water like each other inside the body. So when you drastically reduce the amount of carbohydrates you're taking in when you start cutting out sugar, you might find that suddenly you've lost 3 pounds of muscle mass. You didn't lose tissue. You lost water that was sitting in the muscle because of the carbohydrates that you were supplying. So one of the things that we see in the first week or 2 of the quick cut, because carbohydrate intake tends to come down, is a big change in the scans. We researched how much muscle mass someone could actually lose in 1 week, and it's less than 1 pound. So if you were starving yourself to death, and running a marathon every day for 7 days, less than a pound of muscle would go away. So if you have a scan, it's like, oh my gosh, I lost 3 pounds of muscle, my life is over. It's just water. Your muscles have gone from a big juicy steak plumped up to beef jerky. That's all it is. Tissue's still there, water's not. Okay? And your body will normalize, but it's gonna take some time. Cool? So that's just sort of a heads up on what's to come on those scans. Did you guys all get your first scan today? Okay, you must, look me in the eyeballs, you must get a scan today. You absolutely must. We are doing a science experiment on you and your body. The in-body scan is how we know what's going on in our experiment, okay? You absolutely, every week, put your hand up. I promise, every week to get an in-body scan no matter what happens. Say it after me. I promise to get an in-body scan every week no matter what happens. Okay, very good. This is how we are going to learn from this experiment. Without it, we won't learn. We won't know. Okay? Good. So that's what's going to happen on your scans. You're going to feel cravings if you're cutting down on a lot of sugar. Now, I know some of you have already been working on these things, right? So you are not going to experience as much, but you remember when you were cutting back what you did experience. So some of you are going to experience some cravings. One way to help with that is fruit. We're going to be introducing fruit as a staple in your diet. So you can start using fruit when you want sweets. Make yourself a delicious berry salad. Make yourself, go get a watermelon and go to town, right? Whatever will help you with those cravings. Okay? Cool. Questions on sugar? That's Josh eating his s'mores last weekend. Just so you know.
He's got stem system.
That's his story. Maybe. Okay.
Alcohol.
The end.
Who knows that alcohol is bad for you? Right? It's not good. Essentially, or it is just a stress on your body. Right? Like it doesn't, we have a whole bunch of things here, but what it comes down to is one, there's nothing in there. Like it's not nutritional for your body. We're not getting any vitamins or minerals or anything from it. It's, like I said, empty calories. It actually has more calories per amount that you drink than your sugar. If you look at it that way. It doesn't fill us up, right? If anything, it tends to make us eat more, right? You've probably been out there where you're having a drink and then, oh, I want fries after this, or I want that really great sundae because you're uninhibited and you have everything, right? So, yeah, it doesn't help us. It doesn't really have a place for you if you're trying to go towards health, right? And then beyond that, like I said, it's stressful for your body. Your liver has to say, oh, there's alcohol in here. Let me process that instead of the food I'm getting, right? And then the other big thing, we'll talk about visceral fat a little bit more later, but that's that stuff that puts extra stress on your organs and all of that. That's a little harder to get rid of in some circumstances, but ultimately alcohol is just sending that higher, right? And that's a big barrier to us actually losing fat. So alcohol, in case you thought it was good, right? It's not going to take us towards health. That's the big thing. So if we are having drinks regularly, on your prep sheet there it talks about bringing that down because we will be getting rid of it entirely.
Okay, so did anyone feeling shocked right now that we won't be drinking alcohol during the quick cut? Okay.
Great.
Woo!
Yes.
Got that one handled. All right. So on your prep sheet it says clean up your kitchen. I think is what we said. What we're talking about is your food environment. In your food environment, well, I'll tell you a story first. So my sister-in-law, she lives up in Reno, and she is the best mom ever. She has every snack that you could ever imagine in her pantry, always, at all times. All the snacks, kind of like that. Oh my gosh, right? I'm pretty decent with my food choices, except for at her house. Because it's like, in your face, all day, every day. It's so true. Michael's confirming right now. He's like, yep. He can't help it either. We're like, we bring our own food. We're like, we're going to be good. And then like, our nephew comes out and he's like eating Oreos, and we're like,
It's
we're
a
fine.
room filled with
It's a
that.
room
Like
filled
that.
with deliciousness, okay? Your food environment, whether you like it or not, has a huge influence on whether you're gonna make it, okay? So, if your pantry looks anything like that, it doesn't, right guys? That's dramatic, but isn't it great? It's dramatic, but it's great. So, if it looks anything like that, if there's anything in there that you know we're not gonna be consuming during the quick cut, get it out of your house. Get rid of it. Go give it to somebody who needs calories. There's plenty of people around, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Good. Now, if you're like, oh, well, I just bought that box of chips. Okay, so let's talk about this. You just spent $20 on a box of chips, okay? The assortment from Costco, you know. All right, you already spent the money. It's already gone. That's done. You're not wasting money by throwing out the box of chips. You already wasted the money by buying a box of chips. Now the question is, are you going to put that into your body or not? It's independent to the fact that you already spent the money. Okay? Don't put it in your body. Get rid of it. Give it to somebody else who, like I said, needs the extra calories. Cool? Literally, throw it in your car, drive up Auburn Boulevard, find the first person who hasn't eaten and hand it off. Seriously. That choice has already been made to spend the money. Ditch it. It doesn't make your choice to spend money on that better by consuming it. Now you're putting it inside your body, which is what we're trying to take care of and handle. Does that make sense? So this week you need to clean up your food environment. All right, let's talk about family. Yeah, right? I know, I see you. I see you. Good. Family's tough, right? If your family is not used to having meat, fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and no sugar in the house, this is going to be dramatic for them. It's time to get them on board. Don't leave things in your house that tempt you, okay? You need to tell them, we're doing this, I'm doing this. You want to go out and have chips? Great, go out and have chips, but don't do it here. Don't put it in my food environment. It's time to talk to them, okay? It's the funny, okay, so my kids are super funny. Like, we always have just regular food in the house, but they will open a full fridge stocked with meat, fruits, vegetables, like full, and they will go, there's nothing to eat. What they're saying is, there's nothing I can just open and put in my mouth. That's not true. You can eat an apple, right? But they're looking for snack food that they're used to. So this is going to be an adjustment for them. And you might have to teach them that they can just pick up an apple and eat it. Or bananas. The package is very simple, right? Or, okay, it's you got to grab peanut butter out of a cupboard and put it in a bowl and then add your bananas to it or add your apples to it or whatever, right? You might have to teach them how to do it. But please get your environment cleaned up and get them on board. They are part of your environment, okay? That's what this week is about. Have that conversation with them. Cool? And maybe, like, I've heard some strategies where, like, oh yeah, my husband's just not allowed to buy the bread that I like to eat. He has to buy the gross bread, and that doesn't tempt him, right? So there might be something in that direction where you can go, okay? Isn't that cool? What's the problem with that fridge? Let's see if you guys can name it.
No meat.
No meat. Yeah, where's the protein, right? But it's pretty, so we put that picture up. That's all. It's not like that's what it needs to look like.
The other thing, so we talked about getting rid of stuff. Get stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like, go out there and buy all the great stuff that you can eat that's not sugar, and have it available. Because if it's there, you're much more likely.
The number one reason people fall off their plan is because they didn't have the food to eat it. It was a busy day and I didn't have anything, so I blah, right? If it was there, they would have been just fine. The number one reason we fall off is because we didn't have it. So go get it.
I found that cutting up stuff too and having
In advance?
fatty or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier because I can just go in and grab fatted
Totally.
carrots or whatever.
Go get a veggie tray that you would normally buy for a party,
Yeah.
right? Hummus, not ranch. Go get a veggie tray, have it there for your next couple of days. Eat a veggie tray. Have a fruit tray with the fruit already cut up. You know, why not? Cheat a little bit. Go to the salad section where they have all the bagged salads. They also have washed and cut vegetables already ready to go. Heck, the freezer section. They have these bags of just vegetables that you can put in your microwave for 1.5 minutes and they like perfectly steam them. You guys know about this? Yeah? Okay. I'm like saying it like it's big news. You're like, yeah, mommy, it's been around for like a decade. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Then the rest of the set, right? You got food, alcohol, sugar. This is the other things that are going to support you doing well, and actually part of the quick cut, right? So, working out. Hopefully we're all in membership here, but 5 to 6 workouts a week, right? We want you to commit to getting those 5 to 6 workouts. So if we're doing like 2 to 3, let's up it, right? That's what's going to help us keep building that muscle and take your results from here to here. Okay? Little sidebar. One thing we found when we were doing it elsewhere is they weren't attached to the gym, right? And so it was just the food thing. Yes, we saw results. We saw good results, but the people who ended up working out and doing more and being at the gym, the results were way bigger, right? So this is a really important part. It's certainly not the whole part. The food is much bigger, but this is important. You guys got to your first Saturday meeting. Good job. Right, so for the next 2 Saturdays, today, same time, same place, right? And we'll go through the protocol and walk you through all that. So make sure that's on your calendar. Right? If you can't make it, we'll make sure you get a video. Yes.
I was just gonna ask that. So the next 2 Saturdays, 9:45, but there's also a workout at 8:30.
Yes. So that could be your 6 workout. Right. You are all also invited to the 8 to 8:20 education. But you just have to be here for this one. And then the other thing, we're going to have a whole week on sleep, but sleep is super important. Right? So we want you to make sure you're scheduling in bed, right, for 9 hours. That means we end up with 7 to 8 hours of actual sleep. Right? So schedule that into your day, into your night. Got it? And then shopping and cooking, like we just talked about, like set up time in your schedule for shopping and cooking. If it's there, you're going to more likely use it. If we're prepped for a week ahead of time, we're more likely to eat that type of stuff. It's all about making it easier, right? Finding those strategies to help you keep doing it.
So you guys are going to find throughout these next few weeks with us that we are going to follow up with you. We are going to ask you to actually put these things on your calendar. We're going to check. We say show us. So you're going to want to be able to come to us and be like, I did it, right? So follow the prep sheet. Execute the steps. You have 7 days to do it. You don't have more than 7 days because next week we are going to give you the next thing. Each week of your on-ramp, we're going to be practicing one thing that will then lead to practicing another thing and then another thing. So we need you to execute the things. This is a do group. We are going to do a lot together, but we're going to do one step at a time so you get really good at it before we do the next thing. Does that make sense? We designed it to be a gradient. One thing leads to the next thing. If you don't do the first thing, the next thing gets really hard. And then the next thing gets really hard. Okay, so we've got to build together. Deal? Good. And if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to Josh or I, text us. You can also share questions on our group, our Facebook group. Just so you know, we've probably taken more than 100 of our current members through this. So there's a lot of people in this gym who have experience with what we're doing. And if you have questions, you want to put it out to the group, go for it. Right? Even if they're not in the quick cut with us today, they might have been doing this now for over a year because what was our first launch? Like 2 years ago? I think we did our first trial group 2 years ago or more. So there's a lot of people with a lot of experience that have been doing this for a long time. Cool? Good. Do you guys have any questions? Any concerns? What are you most worried about with this next week?
I'm on vacation.
Oh yeah. Right?
I'm going to a funeral in the house.
Okay. Yeah, so traveling. Yeah. And so what do you think you're going to run into on this prep week while traveling? Any problems? Oh, I got you. That's you're worried about the meeting. We'll send you the video, and then if you have questions, you just let us know. Yeah.
Food. I'm driving to Montana. It's a long drive. So like I bought nuts, dried fruit. It's not gonna spoil it. Just that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it's going to be harder, but having something there, having it available is a big deal. It's okay to drive with fresh fruit, bananas, apples. You can make stuff in advance, and one of the things I like to do is mason jars. You do like a berry salad and throw it in a mason jar with lemon juice. It preserves pretty well. Have meat already made, right? Like have baggies of tri-tip or smoked chicken or sausage or things like that already made and baggied up so it's grab and go while you're driving. But have it there. And then if you are stopping at restaurants and things like that, remember those words. If you can't remember those words, bring them with you. Take a photo. Meat. Look at the menu. Meat, vegetables, nuts, seeds, fruit. That's what you're ordering off the menus. Okay? Ignore all the other fancy whatevers with all the stuff bought at it. Just, hey, what do you got for meat? Look over the menu. They've got fish, they got chicken, they got steak. Which one do you have it? Which vegetable do you have it? And then just order it as you want it. Okay? No, skip all the other stuff.
Don't be afraid to tell them, like, I don't want that tonight, right? That way it's not on the plate, it's not in front of you, you don't have to make that next decision.
Yeah. Good. Any other concerns for this week? What you might run into? Good. Okay, guys, so if you didn't get an invite, it must be done right now. Ready, go. You can come to both. So the 8 o'clock briefings are education on specific topics. We published the list yesterday. It's on SugarWad and it's on our Facebook group, the list of all the lectures. So you're welcome to come to those, but that group is already in the quick cut. They've already done it before. You guys are being ramped up into it. So we'll be talking about things in those groups that you're like, wait, I'm not there yet.
So technically I should come to this class.
This is the really important one for the first 3 weeks. Yeah. Like today we did, kind of like what do you want to have in your fitness, what do you have to do, and then who do you have to be to accomplish it, right? Next week I think we're habits.
I pretty much already done all this stuff.
Great.
It must be Olivia's mom.
Great.
Except for you said government, but I don't
So-
think
So it's gonna be the next two.
Sorry. You look similar.
But double check the list. Are you getting 5 to 6 workouts a week? So there's what you need to work on. This week is how am I going to get 5 to 6 a week?
Saturday
Okay.
morning. 8:30 is early.
I did start covering
It's around 9. Good.
You're having a class, so.
I talked to Louisa, we'll probably see you guys move it back a little bit. But there's no reason it probably can't be at the same time. That was the only reason that, like I said, if the,
Okay. It shouldn't be a problem.
yeah. Yeah, there's no reason it can't all happen.
Yes, sir.
That does not mean, things in this, but anyway, it does not mean that I can go right now to the store and like, okay, I'm on diet home.
We're not doing a diet. This week you're preparing to go onto a plan that you will be doing for the rest of your life.
I mean, I understand that I need to fight the why I said I'm addicted to sugar, and I understand that it's kind of muscle, but my muscles on the top.
No.
And so, if I'm feeling like this, what's going to replace it? Like, protein bar, I can eat fruit, but how much?
Lots.
Just do one.
I mean,
Go crazy. Go crazy.
This is a good time of year to do that.
because I heard,
Go crazy.
I tried, as you said, to keep a diet, yeah, like when you stop the carbs. Yeah, and it's even worse because with sugar, it's really like
That's the whole point of this week. So you don't feel that way.
the berries, bananas, apples are okay.
go crazy.
Even if they're sugar, it's
Go crazy. Seriously. Eat lots of fruit. Like cheese? So we're not eliminating anything like that. Yep. Just preparing.
Cheese or a stick of cheese and
So we're just preparing for the actual protocol, which we will start next week. So there's no elimination other than what's on that sheet, reducing sugar intake and alcohol intake. That's it. We don't want you eliminating anything else right now. Bringing down the sugar intake and bringing down the alcohol intake, because we need to ramp you up into what we're going to be doing.
so if the sugar is not natural, it's okay.
So we will go over all that when we put you on plan. Right now, you're preparing for the plan that you don't even know what it is.
No, I'm just
We
yeah.
know that you don't know yet, but the focus here is the added sugars, not fruit. Fruit's not added sugar, fruit is fruit.
Okay.
Added sugars are things you add to the food to make it sweet.
Yeah, like the coconut water.
Like what?
Coconut water.
If they add sweetness to it, yeah. There's coconut water that's just
Coconut water.
Yeah.
Some of them with sugar.
Yeah.
protein bars will say that it could
All protein bars have added sugar. Every single one of them.
Sugar alcohol.
All of them.
Well, that's
Otherwise, you would not eat it.
What about like we have a
Guaranteed. If you'll drink it, that's sugar.
anyway, even the mom.
Correct. That is added sugar.
I've been drinking those car wipes.
Added sugar.
But that's okay though, right?
We'll talk about it when we get into the actual plan. Right now, if you look at your sheet, step 1, how many times a day am I consuming sugar? Step 2, reduce it. Step 1, how many times a day? I'm having a Fairlife shake, I'm having a protein bar, I'm having a yogurt that has added sugar in it. That's 3. I eat ketchup, I eat barbecue sauce, I eat creamer that has added sweetener to it. We're at 6. I put honey in my yogurt. Those are added sugars. I want you to write down how many times a day you're consuming an added sugar, and then I want you to cut it in half before we start this program. This week.
Okay, I drink my car life shake a day, so there's fine.
That's not what we're saying. Follow your sheet. That's not what we're saying. We're saying assess how many times a day you're consuming added sugar, and then reduce that. We're not asking you to completely eliminate anything.
Okay.
We haven't had that conversation yet. That happens next week.
I feel like
Okay, so what you need to work on is how am I going to get 5 to 6 workouts a week, right? The final part of your list. And how am I going to get my 8 to 9 hours of sleep? Right? So yours might be scheduled. There's more than just that on your list. But do the other steps. Do a check. Do a check in.
I will. I'll do it all.
Yeah.
On the sleep schedule, I thought it was going to get out of the until I have to go back to sleep.
Yeah. See if you can get more.
Get in bed a little bit sooner and see what happens. Yeah. As long as you got your schedule.
Oh, see if you can improve on that. Yeah, this is the week to figure that out. Can I do more?
I know with the other diet, I've done really well. I'm not on insulin. You are doing this.
Yeah. You are doing great.
Just given the one shot a week. It's hard to say that.
Very fine.
I'll see you next week.
You're going to get the most out of the education once we get you through the on-ramp. The on-ramp's going to sound familiar, right? There's going to be some major differences in the on-ramp to quick cut than the metabolic reset. But the education about understanding why is going to really help ground you in what you're doing.
I have to tell you, since before the metabolic, I already lost like 20 pounds before I started that. Now I've lost 32 and a half. So I've lost it. I mean,
you came along with us, right?
Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Great.
My night tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tuesday for like a week before she goes back to college.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What do I need to
Yeah.
send her at?
Um,
'Cause she's out of town for school.
okay, so her first workout's always free.
Right.
And then any drop-ins are $15.
Okay.
So we have to check her in because we don't have a way for her to sign in for a drop-in as a team. Meaning like we have to change the drop-in rate, otherwise you're gonna pay $30 every time she comes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Just I want to get her here while she's home, and then I'm gonna try to find her something.
Cool.
You know anything that you can for
Oh, we could look. Yeah, I can absolutely look. Yeah. Great, great. Yeah. So make sure you fill out her waiver and everything.
waiver for the free one.
Yep. Oh yeah, she has to do it. She's old enough
She can
now.
do it now.
Yeah.
She does.
Yep. Okay.
Lizzie was at softball with a coach that hadn't seen her since like May.
Okay.